heaven became cancer-free.
Just ask them how I did it. I got out the limo, grabbed her hand, went upstairs and fucked her.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Huh? Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No,
I like that.
wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go! To last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah.
Late night crew. What the fuck is going on, man? Are we in this motherfucker or what? What's happening, cuz? It is Taco Tuesday. Hit that like button. Say what's up to your boy. Let me get it one more time. Can I get it one more time? If you break like glass, then this life is gonna eat 'em. Wait, I'm sleepy than a motherfucker. But that's because I only had like four hours or so sleeping last day or so. It is hump day on the East Coast now. We right around the corner from that Central Time, 28 minutes away. CEO, Kendra, Bob, Janice, Geek, Tasha, Chadrick. We in the building, man. Wiz, what's happening, man? Damn right, I got it. 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 Lame nigga, be quiet. Lame nigga, be quiet. Lame nigga, be quiet. You in a real nigga presence. I eat your girl up for breakfast. Won't pay you no extra.
bitch. Turn on, bitch.
Say she fuck with me cause a real nigga's her preference. Drinking like I'm from Texas, and you know I stay flexing. And if you don't know, I go by Titty 2 Necklace. Tell them. Thanks for the sub. What's happening? We're gonna get into this thing. So she coming home? Lucci get ready to come home? Wait. I thought this nigga was facing a RICO. How you get sentenced to 20 years, 10 of it being probation, then with time served, you only owe 3.5 months? I've heard of a lot of shit in my day. I ain't never heard of a nigga getting sentenced to 20 years and he getting scaled down to 3.5 months. It's a new one for me. Wicked, what's happening? This is uncharted territory for me. Matter of fact, let me get this poll jumping. I gotta ask this motherfucker early and often. Excuse me. I mean, why beat around the bush? Did YFN Lucci snitch? That is the question of this evening. Now, I know I don't know for sure, but I gotta tell you, from what I've seen and looked at so far, what else did nigga do? Here, let me show you part of the proof why I think that nigga told. Part of this proof, it's subtle, but I promise you this shit powerful. This shit powerful if you pay attention.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Jennifer, what's happening? I got money way before the deal. Put my bitches in new pair of heels. I might fuck your hoe and pay a bill. We was thought to get it out with live. Nigga Lucci about to come. Nigga Lucci's come on. This shit's outrageous.
Just into the 11 Alive newsroom, Atlanta rapper YFN Lucci was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The rapper, whose real name is Rayshawn Bennett, pleaded guilty to 1 count of violation of the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. He is one of a dozen men indicted on racketeering and RICO charges back in 2021. The group's charges are related to alleged involvement with the Bloods Street Gang. According to court documents, prosecutors could write a letter to the parole board recommending release when eligible, but records show he has been in jail for nearly 3 years.
Okay, let's.
Nigga, you see how they just try to make this shit seem like this nigga got 10 years? And making it seem like his motherfucking parole is some years down the road and all this shit. Nigga, they running fucking, the news is running interference for this nigga. If you just catch it on the news, it seemed like this nigga just got 10 years, nigga. When I saw the first report, I was like, damn, man. I was like, well, Lucci going to sit down for a minute. Them niggas said, not really. Nigga, and we gonna put and nigga, I got this nigga in court. We about to pull up this nigga in court. See this nigga's demeanor in court. I mean, this nigga, he got in trouble while he was locked up. It ain't like the nigga that stayed totally out of trouble. And I want to make sure I get this on the record too. So this is what the nigga was saying just like, what, 7 months ago? Is that what this say? 7 months ago?
We are tracking new developments in the long-running RICO case against Atlanta rapper YFN Lucci. Tonight, his defense team says he's rejected a plea deal that would have sent him to prison for nearly 20 years.
But now he took it. Took the 20-year plea 7 months later. Nigga, you told, nigga. I'm sorry. I wouldn't talk any type of business around this nigga ever. I wouldn't even talk about a speeding ticket I got around this nigga. Why didn't you just take this shit 7 months ago? You would already been home for like 4 months now. Or at least maybe 2 months. Why didn't you take this shit then?
Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis recommended a 20-year sentence with 17 years served in prison. The rapper, whose real name is Rayshawn Bennett, is one of a dozen men indicted on racketeering and RICO charges back.
See, it's almost like they looped it back.
In 2021. The group's charges are related to alleged involvement with the Blood Street Gang. Bennett's pretrial hearing is set now for August 15th. His attorney says after more than 2 years in custody, they are still waiting for a potential trial date.
Nigga, ain't no trial, nigga. Lucci coming home. He said he ain't tell. Some niggas said he ain't tell, but the same nigga, I promise you this much. The same niggas that said this nigga didn't tell, understand that ain't none of these niggas gonna do any type of business with this nigga that could ever be considered illegal. The one thing I respect about 6ix9ine is 6ix9ine didn't try to play a whole bunch of tricks. He just got up there and told. The rest of y'all niggas, bro, y'all niggas be I'll be trying to tell without looking like y'all telling and all this other shit, which is, nigga, just say, hey, nigga, I know I respect the streets and shit, but nigga, they was trying to sit a nigga down for 20 years, so what was I gonna do? Y'all niggas with all these clickbait ass titles. Some of y'all niggas, y'all don't be understanding that that's why y'all be losing. Y'all niggas clickbait too much, bro. Either niggas is gonna come see it or not. Why you gotta try to trick people to watch your shit? All right, so look. Matter of fact, let's just go to the courtroom. Let's go to the motherfucking courtroom. Hold on, Lucci. I gotta get you ready for court, Lucci. I can't even do you like that, Lucci. Let me get you ready for court, my nigga. Ain't tell and come get the keys to the streets. Them shits have been repossessed. R.I.P. Takeoff. I promise you, I'm breaking the record with that tonight. All Lucci ad-libs tonight. What you told, bro? Convince me the other, bro.
Yeah. Okay, you good. Thank you.
Nigga, that nigga done put on some weight. I don't know what the fuck. What is this nigga wearing, bro? What kind of ties that the lawyer got on, man? Them niggas, they all look guilty. Bettina was goody.
All right.
Get to it, nigga.
Is there anything we need to take up before we begin the colloquy? And is there any particular preference in order? State.
Judge, we prefer, since we have a matter that's a bit outstanding on Defendant Stanley, we'd like to go ahead and take Mr. Bennett's first.
All right. All right. And you all can stay, remain in place there. Just use the microphone. All right. All right. So we're ready to begin.
Do you want him to stand, Your Honor?
Everybody can remain seated.
Okay.
And if the lawyers like to use the podium, that's fine, but it's preferable that you can easily remain seated and accomplish this.
And Your Honor, if I may, just kind of set the stage, because this
Samoy?
began yesterday, and Your Honor has kindly given us the permission to come in here today and address this morning. But again, to contextualize it with the court's permission, we understand that we are in the third week of jury selection. However, the record should reflect that the court has, from very early on, been encouraging the parties to continue having face-to-face meetings on various issues concerning outstanding motions. And as a result of that, and talking through those issues, there's been a free exchange and a constant exchange of thoughts about a lot of the issues that we can anticipate that would come up through the course of the trial. As a result of that, and the free exchange of, for example, although we don't have the burden, we were forthcoming on what our evidence would be, what our experts would say. As a result of that, and the encouragement of the court to continue those discussions, we now come before you with this negotiated resolution. I just felt it was important to contextualize, given the unusualness of what's happening.
And as I said to you yesterday, Mr. Finley, I appreciate the context, and I think it helps to establish a clear record, and I appreciate the offer and the context you've given.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, we're ready to swear in the defendant at this time.
Yes, sir.
Let me get a Deputy Green to swear in.
I got money way before. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I
do. Rayshawn Bennett. All right.
Oh, shit. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Here we go.
RayShawnBennett.
All right. At this time, Mr. Bennett, Assistant District Attorney Christian has questions for you. Please speak loudly and clearly into the microphone in response to her questions. Ms. Christian, the witness is with you.
Thank you, sir. Are you at this time under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or any medicine?
No, ma'am.
Is there any medication that you normally take that you haven't been given today?
No,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
How old are you?
Bro, y'all niggas getting there. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Bro, I can respect the nigga that keep it gangsta all the way to. Because my whole thing is like, I can respect if you come out of here talking like a reformed man. I already know what he gonna say when he get out.
32.
How far did you go in school?
I got my GED.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you're charged with the following offenses under indictment 23 SC 18892?
Who got the better yes, ma'am? Press 1 for Lucci, press 2 for Gunna. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Gunner shit still like he sounded like he had a backbone. This nigga sound like a nigga. He can't wait to go home. Yes, ma'am.
1. Count 1, violation of the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act, which carries a minimum sentence of 5 years, maximum of 20 years. Count 68, violation of the Street Gang Act, which carries a minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 69, violation of the Street Gang Act, that's minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 72, violation of the Street Gang Act, minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 73, violation of the Street Gang Act, minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 76, violation of the Street Gang Act, minimum 5 years, maximum.
How is it all of these, nigga, how is it all these charges? And he going home?
20 years. Count 77, felony murder, that's minimum life, maximum life without the possibility of parole. Count 78, aggravated assault, that's minimum 1 year, maximum 20 years in custody. Count 78, aggravated assault, that's minimum 1 year, maximum 20 year. Count 80, aggravated assault, minimum 1 year, maximum 20 years. Count 81, aggravated assault, the minimum's 1 year, maximum 20 years. Count.
This nigga cheat. Nigga, he snitched. Nope, I'm done. I'm done. I'm getting this put on a t-shirt. This nigga told, nigga. Come on, man. They reading off all these serious ass charges. This is like a fucking movie, nigga. They reading off all these serious ass charges. This nigga sit there smiling. Hey, you want me to fuck your head up? You want me to fuck your head up? Do you know what his teeth look like up under them teeth? Do you know what his actual teeth look like? Huh? Do you know what this nigga's teeth look like up under them teeth?
Tactical nuke incoming!
You've been warned. Oh. I got money way before the deal. Put my teeth behind the fucking grill. Nigga, what the nigga? Why didn't you fuck it? This nigga got an expensive cover for him instead of just getting them hoes fixed. I got money way before the deal. Refuse to spend that shit on a new grill. Yeah, he paid for both of them, nigga. He paid for the before picture and the after picture. But no, you don't understand. What you don't understand is it don't matter why you did it. It don't matter why your fucking teeth look like that. You look stupid. He looks stupid with it, without the shit. He looks stupid with the shit. This nigga, this a rapper. Let me stop before that nigga treat me like he did Young Thug. Speaking of which, Lucci, you ain't tell on Thug? You told on Thug, nigga. What is this, a part of 48 Laws of Power? Whatever the fuck y'all goofy ass niggas read. Huh, nigga? Come on, cuz. This is the 48 Laws of Power. You told on Thugger, nigga. I know you did. I know you did.
82, aggravated assault. The minimum's 1 year, maximum 20 years.
He licking his
Count
lips and shit
83,
to
possession of a firearm during commission of a felony. That's 5 years consecutive. The minimum is life with the possibility of parole, followed by 5 years consecutive. And the maximum you're facing under these charges in the indictment would have been life without the possibility of parole, plus 220 years, followed by 5 years consecutive. Do you understand that that's what you were initially charged with in indictment?
Yes.
Do you understand that the state has agreed to no pros counts 1, 68, 72, 73, 60, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, and 83.
What the fuck? He told. No, nigga. What they just, so you telling me the prosecutor just woke up one day and was like, you know what? All of these counts, we don't want to charge them shits no more. Nah, nigga. This nigga, he told, nigga. Like, and I'm telling you, the most likely scenario is he told on Thug. If Thug don't get out after this, Lucci told on him. Because first thing, here's the first thing his lawyer said today. First thing his fucking lawyer say, hey, somebody asked a question about him testifying at the motherfucking YSL trial. I was like, why the fuck would you ask this nigga? Is he testing at the trial of his ops when his ops ain't locked up for no shit with him like that? That nigga said, absolutely, in no way possible. Whoever said that's a liar, in no way possible he's ever testifying at that. Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Gus, Mr. Gus. This nigga Lucci told, nigga, they just literally rifled off 200 counts and then doubled back and was like, and we're not gonna prosecute this one, 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 and this one.
Under these charges in the indictment would have been life without the possibility of parole, plus 220 years, followed by 5 years consecutive.
Do you hear the time he was facing? Do you listen to the time she just said again?
Maximum you're facing under these charges in the indictment would have been life without the possibility of parole, plus 220 years, followed by 5 years consecutive.
Life without the possibility of parole, plus 220 years, and then 5 years. Let me say that again. Life without the possibility of parole, plus 220 years, plus 5 years. He told nigga, let's just stop, bro. No, Gus, 17,000 years. And this nigga getting out in 3.5 months now. This nigga was facing life without the possibility of parole, plus 220 years, plus 5 years, nigga. And now he's getting 3.5 months. Nah, this is like when Bernie Mac was on Def Jam, when that motherfucker said I was doing comedy in prison. And I asked the motherfucker, hey man, how long you in here for? He said, the motherfucker said, ever. He said, you know it's long than a motherfucker when you take the fall off that motherfucker. How long you in here for? Ever? I guarantee he got some type of proffer where it's like, you got to testify in the YSL trial only if we really need you. And they most likely is a 1% chance they'll actually need him. This nigga told. Listen to that body count of years again. And this nigga just...
Maximum you're facing under these charges in the indictment would have been life without the possibility of parole, plus 220 years followed by 5 years consecutive. Do you understand that that's what you were initially charged with in the indictment?
Yes.
Do you understand that the state has agreed to no pros counts 1, 68, 72, 73, 60, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, and 83?
Yes.
They dropped 12 charges. This nigga's facing life without parole, and they just woke up. You know what? We ain't prosecuting that nigga.
So, Ms. Christian, the only charge under this recommendation is count 69. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Excuse me.
And what is count 69? So I gotta go back and listen to the counts again so I can hear what count 69 is.
Violation of the street 921. Normally take that you haven't been given today.
No, ma'am.
How old are you?
32.
How far did you go in school?
32.
23 SC 188921. Count 1, violation of the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act, which carries a minimum sentence of 5 years, maximum of 20 years. Count 68, violation of the Street Gang Act, which carries a minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 69, violation of the Street Gang Act.
Violation of the Street Gang Act. Hey, Google, what is the Georgia Street Gang Act?
GeorgiaCriminalLawyer.com. They say, Georgia law and participation in criminal gang activity. Section 16154 sets out the offenses that are related to criminal gang activity. Is unlawful for a person employed or associated with a criminal street gang to conduct or participate in criminal gang activity through the commission of a crime.
Thank you.
No worries. I'm here to help.
You see how broad that shit is? That shit broad in the motherfucker. Which means that the punishment can be broad.
That's minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 72, violation of the Street Gang Act. Minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 73, violation of the Street Gang Act. Minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 76, violation of the Street Gang Act. Minimum 5 years, maximum 20 years. Count 77, felony murder. That's minimum life, maximum life.
So just so y'all, for people that don't know, Young Thug was beefing with this nigga. And they've been beefing for like a decade, all types of shit. Bodies on each side, all types of shit, right? He facing a RICO, his RICO, and it's in the same state. They wasn't supposed to start his RICO until Thugs was over. As a matter of fact, I think I just said that on the show last week, was talking about this nigga shit didn't even start until then. Then all of a sudden this nigga come out, yep, I'm coming home. Nigga, yeah, he told. I don't give a fuck.
Life without the possibility of parole. Count 78.
And then this is how y'all niggas be playing favorites. Nigga, motherfucking Gunna told, and all this nigga, yes, ma'am. And then y'all try to act like Gunna was from the streets. Everybody knew that Gunna was just a rapper. But then this nigga supposed to go all down. Then he kind of tell-ish. Ain't nobody, he ain't put his hand on no statement. This nigga beat life without parole plus 220 years plus 5 years. And no, y'all think it's possible. He didn't tell. Okay.
Aggravated assault. That's minimum 1 year, maximum 20 years in custody. Count 78. Aggravated 81. Aggravated possession of a firearm during commission of a felony. That's 5 years consecutive. The minimum is life with the possibility of parole, followed by 5 years consecutive. 68, 73 that you're pleading to?
Yes.
And do you understand that you have the right to either plead guilty or not guilty to this charge? And if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial.
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorneys, Mr. Finland and Mr. Banks, about all the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charge?
Why she sounds so nervous? Why is her voice cracking and shit like she on trial?
Charges, including any potential defenses?
Yes.
Do you need more time to speak with your attorney?
No.
Are you satisfied with their services?
Yes.
Do you waive a...
Bitch, what you think, ho? I was facing life without parole plus 220 years and plus 5 years. And these niggas got me going home in 3.5 months, nigga. Absolutely I am.
Formal reading of the indictment, Mr. Finley?
Yes.
Do you waive any or all defects in the indictment?
Yes.
Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea, which means the state will recommend a sentence
What's the negotiation?
of, under count 69, the recommended sentence is 20, serve 10, balance probated, and the special conditions of probationers are no street gang activity.
No, Chad. He would start serving the 225 years after he served the life without parole. So he would have to serve life. So he probably had to serve like 20 without parole. Then he had to start serving the 220. Now, I think the 5 counts with his 220. So he wouldn't have to serve the 5 at the end. Yeah, if this nigga had been sitting in there for like 5 years, maybe. He only been there 3 years.
No contact with any known street gang members or associates. No contact with the co-defendants, Reginald Carter.
So how is he gonna do that? So that means he can't even go to the BET Awards. How he going to any concert, award show? So his career's over. If he can't be around a felon, his career's over.
Artez Carter, Justin Ushery, DeMonte Thomas, Tydrekus Glass, Rayvon Boyd, Leroy Pitts, Rondavius Hawkins, and Derek Adams. No guns or replica guns. No gang affiliation or conduct associated with gangs on social media. You
No replica guns.
must be gainfully employed and no further violations of the law. Do you understand that those are the conditions?
Yes.
And Ms. Christian, I just wanted to make sure that the record is clear. You said this was a negotiated.
And the feds ain't coming. And the feds ain't coming to pick this up. That's why the judge like, I just want to make this clear. Y'all said this was negotiated?
Plea. This is a negotiated recommendation, but it's officially and formally a blind plea. Just want to make sure the record is clear.
Yes, Judge. Okay. Do you understand that those are
Like she like in disguise. I don't even think that's the real DA. That's clearly a wig. Hey, bitch, turn around so we can identify you. I don't know what's going on in this courtroom.
the statutory conditions of your
No, turn the other way, bitch.
Yes.
Do you also understand that you are to have no violations of state or federal laws while
Why are you so nervous talking to Lucci?
serving out any portion of your
Like she sound like she's not the real lawyer, bro. She sound nervous like she about to get caught. What the fuck is going on?
sentence to include any period of incarceration, to comply with all the rules maintained by county jail where you're housed, prior to being transported to any facility within the Department of Corrections where you're designated to serve out your sentence. Comply with all the rules maintained by any facility within the Department of Corrections where you are designated to serve out the remaining sentence. You waive a right to appeal any and all terms and conditions of this plea agreement and the sentence imposed.
Bullshit. No. 10 years probation for me or for you. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. 10 years probation for this nigga means nothing. He ain't gonna have, bro, this nigga ain't gonna have to come in for no drops. None them niggas will call him on the phone, nigga, once every 4-5 months. All he got to do is, especially because they're going to be like, look, he got to get back on the road so that way he can stay productive and da-da-da-da-da. And, nigga, all they going to turn around and do, is, as long as he just be giving them his motherfucking itinerary for where he going and shit like that, they'll probably tell him he can't do no shows in Georgia, which big fucking whoop. I don't know why he would want to anyway. Because even if some Thug fans came to his shows in some other cities, ain't nobody talking about nothing, nigga.
As well as any right possessed in connection with OCGA 244410. And if you violate any of the special conditions, that the state is free to revoke the sentence and recommend any penalty allowable under the law including that you be sentenced to the maximum for the charge in which you plead guilty?
Yes.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Anybody that's been on probation, it ain't nowhere near the same shit. This nigga gonna be, he's one of them niggas, he gonna be talking to his PO like one of his niggas. You wanna see a nigga on the phone? Yeah, what up, nigga? Shit, chilling like a motherfucker, probably about to head out. Okay, then, well, shit, I'll hit you up tomorrow, let you know. Nigga, shit, my PO. The fuck? Yo, PO? Yeah, that nigga crazy, the motherfucker. That's his PO. That's results not typical. So for all y'all getting ready to start a criminal organization and thinking y'all about to face life without parole, get this type of shit. Even the motherfuckers who don't necessarily think he told, even these niggas have to admit that, like, this shit sounds weird as fuck. Yeah, you got some Rick Ross tickets? Oh, yeah, nigga, shit, I got you on will call, nigga. P.O. bringing the, yeah, I'm gonna have the trees with me, too. Shit, come on. Nigga, I'm glad they signed me to Lucci, nigga. Shit, nigga, we've been turning up every weekend, nigga. This motherfucking deal just too sweet, bro. This deal's just a tad too sweet for my liking. I'm not gonna hold you. Just a tad.
Do you understand that in exchange for this plea, the state has agreed to write a letter to the Board of Pardons and Parole stating that
Gus is in the cup. What time, ladies? Break out the motherfucking Methuselahs.
Bring it up, Methuselah!
the state would not object to the defendant being released from the Department of Carcerations. The first.
Oh shit, they be putting a counter on your shit now. They put counters on the super chats and shit now, and then they put a little message that I'm sure only I can see. Well, we did celebrate with Gus. I'll hit it again for you, Google.
Bring it up, Methuselah!
Well, actually, I'll hit this for Google.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
Time you become eligible, or after 1/3 of the sentence has been served, whichever comes first, and you must comply with all lawful authorities of law enforcement while in custody and have no further incidents from the date of this plea in any penal institution.
Yes.
And the state is recommending you get credit for time served at the time that you voluntarily surrendered yourself into the Fulton County Jail on January 13th, 2021.
Hey, why ain't y'all killed that nigga, beat that nigga up or something, y'all? Wait, what did Thug say? Hold on, I gotta find what Thug said about this nigga when he was locked up.
Because I play college ball. I am a Division I basketball player. You're not talking basketball with me. That didn't go well.
Bring it up, Methuselah!
I gotta find this shit cause I gotta find that shit, nigga. Motherfucker with motherfucking Thug. Thug hit all them YSL niggas like, why ain't y'all beat that nigga up or nothing yet? Is this it? Let's see. Where is it at? No, this ain't. Cause man, them niggas was on that phone Them niggas was kind of goofy on the phone early, but they cleaned that shit up real quick. Is this it? Oh, that one ain't it. I gotta find that shit. Thug ass, why y'all ain't beat this nigga up yet?
Because I play college ball.
Chadrick.
I am a Division I basketball player. You're not talking basketball with me.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
To present to include any time spent on house arrest as required by law.
Yes.
You understand that that is the recommendation that the state is making to the court?
Yes.
Do you understand that the judge does not have to accept this recommendation and can sentence you to the maximum?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you're currently on probation, your probation may be revoked based on you entering a guilty plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you are placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any government unit or special conditions of probation without being subject to revocation of the balance of your sentence?
Yes.
Do you understand that you're not allowed to possess or use a firearm while on probation?
Yes.
Do you understand
But he can get security who get
that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a guilty plea conviction will affect your immigration status and will result in deportation, just like a conviction at trial would, and this is true regardless of any advice your attorneys has given you?
Yes.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction for trial? For example, your guilty plea may affect your right to vote, your right to hold public office, your right to serve on a jury, your right to obtain a passport, your right to receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or your ability to obtain employment.
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you receive, possess, or use, or transport a firearm, you'll be guilty of a felony which carries a sentence from 1 to 15 years in prison?
You can repeat that?
Yes. Do you understand that if you plead guilty to a felony and you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm, you will be guilty of a felony which carries a sentence of from 1 to 5 years in prison?
Yes.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses by entering a guilty plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to a trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, the right to testify yourself or remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up the following rights: the right to trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront witnesses against you, the right to assistance of counsel hired by you, or for court-appointed counsel if you couldn't afford counsel at the trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf, and
the label got to be paying for this, especially since the label heard he can get out. Whatever balance he got, I'm sure the label probably paid it because this nigga is going back to work.
Present other evidence, the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proven beyond a reasonable doubt, the right to appeal if convicted after trial.
Yes.
Has anyone forced, threatened, or promised you anything to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No.
Is it your decision to waive these rights and enter a guilty plea because you are in fact guilty?
Well, I'm gonna be the bearer of bad news. I think both their music trash. I like a couple of songs from each other, but overall, like, I'm just.
Yes.
I like this song with Money, man.
Count 69 in indictment 23 SC 188921.
Guilty.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with full knowledge of the charge against you?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have 4 years from today to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of your plea?
Yes.
Your Honor, had this case gone to trial, the state would have shown that on December 10th, 2020, this defendant, Mr. Bennett, was gifted a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Maybach by his record label. The defendant drove that vehicle and picked up his co-defendants, Rayvon Boyd, Leroy Pitts, and the decedent, James.
So let's start right here. Is it snitching if he acknowledges all these other people are in the car? Is that snitching? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Just out rip. He's getting ready to acknowledge that them niggas was in the car. Because you about to hear what happened. I don't think them niggas did not slide on the ops in no fucking Maybach. I think it's more likely, and I think Hood Educated vouches this, that them niggas just got caught up. The ops saw them, and it just went down. Because why would you try to slide in a white Maybach? It's like the loudest car on the street, no matter where you are, no matter what time it is. When you see a white Maybach in person, you remember that car. There's no way that these niggas was like, let's hop in this motherfucking Maybach and let's go slide on niggas. That sounds like niggas saw them.
Adams. Boyd, Pitts, and Adams traveled up from Miami, but were visiting the defendant, Mr. Bennett, in Atlanta. The defendant then drove around the city of Atlanta in that vehicle. Although Bennett himself did not personally possess a firearm, he was aware that there were firearms in the vehicle.
He just identified that he's in the car with these other niggas and they got guns. How the fuck is this not telling? Because he has to acknowledge everything she's fucking saying verbatim or deal is off. So now this nigga is admitting to being in the car with these other niggas name by name who came from another town to visit him, and all of these, and he knows that all of these niggas is in the car with guns, but he ain't got no gun.
To include 2 assault rifles. At some point, defendant Bennett drove to the area of Dimmick and People Street, located in Fulton County. While traveling down Dimmick Street, after passing several individuals who were standing on the street, this defendant stopped his vehicle. The individuals on the street and the individuals in the inside of his vehicle began shooting at each other. This shooting is
no. This nigga's like, everybody was in a gunfight except me. Like, them niggas was shooting, the niggas over here were shooting. I didn't know what to do. I was just driving the car, and then gunshots busted out. Come on, Lucci, this nigga. Y'all about to defend this nigga too.
This defendant stopped his vehicle. The individuals on the street and the individuals in the inside of his vehicle began.
The individuals on the street and the individuals inside his vehicle. Everybody's shooting. Everybody got guns. Everybody's in on it except Lucci. Nigga, oh my goodness.
And shooting at each other. This shooting is captured on surveillance video, and the video reflects that after defendant Bennett stopped his vehicle, co-defendants Boyd and the decedent Adams opened the door to the car and began firing assault rifles at Kevin Wright, Nathan Bedford, and others that were on the street at the time.
These niggas hopped out the car with choppers. And Lucci's just daring headlights. He don't know what's going on. He ain't got no gun, nothing. They got choppers, some niggas on the street shooting at them. They shooting back at niggas, and then it gets even worse.
The video shows Nathan Bedford and Kevin Wright and others shooting back at the vehicle. During the exchange of gunfire, the decedent James Adams sustained a gunshot wound to his torso that caused his death. After shots were fired, defendant Bennett drove off in the Maybach.
They cleaned that part up. One of the niggas got shot in the front seat, in the passenger seat. Lucci and them just pushed that nigga out the car and shut the fucking door and drive the fuck off. So remember that shit while this nigga's in here smiling and shit? His so-called homie got shot. He pushed the nigga out the door. They shut the door and drive off, leave this nigga body. And the whole fucking 911 calls on the internet from the chick. The chick's like, yeah, these motherfuckers was shooting and then they just pushed him out of the car and drove off. He shot. And she's like, I just saw him take his last breath. How going home in 3 months, bro?
Which then turned onto People Street. The individuals in the vehicle attempted to pull decedent Adams' body back into the vehicle, but were unsuccessful. As a result, they left his body on People Street and left the scene. After leaving the scene, he drove the vehicle to his father's house to conceal the vehicle following the shooting. The facts and evidence would further establish that defendant Bennett is an associate of the Bloods, a criminal street gang operating here in Atlanta and
So he's part of the guns, or he's part of the gangs and Bloods and all of this shit, except for that time he was in the car with a whole bunch of other gang niggas that was doing some gang shit. How the fuck are y'all gonna say it? We know that he's part of gangs and shit, but when he was in the car with them gang members shooting at other gang members, at that moment, he wasn't part of a gang.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Elsewhere, defendant Bennett demonstrated his association in part by appearing in rap videos with members of the Bloods while displaying gang signs and wearing gang colors. The basis of the state's reduction.
But he wasn't a gang member when they had the choppers and shit. Got you.
Judge is essentially this defendant has no criminal history. We have spoken with the family in this particular case, and they have maintained throughout the course since this incident occurred that they are on board with the recommendation. They are more than...
Nigga, did Lucci make you do this deal? Like, she sound nervous as fuck, bro, and I don't get it.
Amenable to the defendant's request at this point, and they have also, as you are aware from the facts, is the defendant's level of culpability in this particular incident. He was the driver of the vehicle, and he didn't have a weapon during the time of this incident. And this is, out of the 80-something counts in the indictment, Judge, this is the one incident that this particular defendant is a part of. So given those things, we did take that into consideration, and that's the recommendation that we are presenting before the court.
Lucci, how the fuck did you get this deal, nigga?
Just ask them how I did it. I got out the limo, grabbed her hand, went upstairs and fucked her.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Christian. Mr. Findling or Mr. Banks, would you like to tell me anything about your client and share anything about the plea?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Bro, don't be plugging other people's shit on my shit, man. Please don't do that.
You've heard.
You give a fuck what nobody else doing.
Bennett is 32 years old. And of course, we've been to you through the course of years. We've been together on this case with Your Honor for years. He is the father of 4 children who he assumes
No, you good.
The task, the welcome task of being their sole provider, and he takes that seriously. It's well documented what his profession is, and that is that he is a professional entertainer. I want to be clear with the court that we just didn't talk to Mr. Bennett and just take his words on these things. We've talked to literally corporate executives in California about him. We've listened to his music. You know, we've been talking to these jurors about listening to rap and hip hop, and we have spent countless hours watching videos and listening to his music, trying to see
understand what the fuck these niggas are doing. We watched the shit for hours and hours trying to understand what them niggas were doing. We couldn't really understand it. We just know it was a bunch of grunting, saggy pants, dreadlocks, and fake asses. Yes, the asses were fake, Your Honor. They something known as a BBL, Your Honor. And we watched hours and hours of this footage. And I gotta say, the niggers should probably be locked up for life. But that's just not gonna happen today, Your Honor.
It has to the case. We've employed the best experts in America on that issue, on the lyrics issue. We've employed the best experts in America on the gang issue. But most importantly, for purposes of our conversation today, and not too dissimilar from really what was presented to you by Ms. Christian, I actually appreciate her explanation of December 10th. And I would ask the court, December 10th, 2020, to really hearken back to some of those hearings. I think that the court will notice that Ms. Christian's explanation of it is very different than the state's explanation 3 years ago before she was on the case, and I credit her with the accuracy of that description.
Let me just say this. Do y'all want to be a rapper now? I want y'all to understand, for a lot of people that, you know, that kind of look at this shit, you don't really, you know who these people are kind of, but you don't really know their music and shit like that. I want you to understand what this era is like right now. Remember how bad it was when it was just like Biggie and Pac died. So this is like Biggie, Pac died. Nas got locked up. Jay got locked up. Fat Joe got locked up. Then Outkast down south. Them niggas is facing a body. You got motherfucking UGK facing a RICO. This is what it's like now. Like every major rapper of top tier, Kodak Black, Lucci, Thug, Gunna, fucking everybody, nigga. And if they ain't facing charges, Gotti brother getting clapped, Dolph got clapped. All these, like, y'all, bro, this shit, y'all niggas want to be famous and be rappers, nigga? That's fast acceleration to the courthouse of the grave at this point.
I will tell the court.
It's like, literally, it's like, it's safer to be a thug ass nigga in the streets than it is to be a fake thug ass nigga. It's crazy.
As we've shared with counsel, we hired literally the best civil engineers in America to analyze what transpired on December 10th. And I think it is fair to say from that.
Melly, you need this nigga.
Number one, not only is it impossible to, with 100% certainty, say who initiated shooting, but I think it's
Bond dead, Pooh Shiesty locked up, Quando Rondo locked up. I'm like, for anybody that's over 35 to 40 that know these, at least know these newer cats by name, just think about how many of them it is that's in some shit compared to, it was never like that. Like when Snoop got locked up on a body, that was such a big fucking deal. That was a massive deal. And it wasn't even, and from Jump Street, it wasn't even said that Snoop actually caught the body. It was his fucking duck dead. It was, what's the name? And then, you know, Moo-Wop and all them niggas now locked up. This shit, times have changed. And it's like routine for these niggas to be sitting in court on RICOs and shit now. RICOs. We grew up learning that RICOs was about getting Italian mobsters and shit. Now it's niggas that's got rap labels.
Fair to say that the argument can be made by professionals that these other people actually initiated the shooting based on expert testimony. But what's critical about that and what has transpired, and we've been very open with the court, and the state has acknowledged, and that is the other folks that were involved, some of the names, I'm not going to besmirch their reputations, as the court has heard, now have literally open murder cases going to trial. One of them had been.
He snitched on Thug. your lawyer know all of this? You ain't have to tell your lawyer this shit. Look at Lucci look down when he say this.
Some of the names,
Watch
I'm not
Lucci.
Besmirch their reputations, as the court has heard, now have literally open murder cases going to trial. One of them.
Lucci know this is bad. This nigga been smiling and shit the whole time, but as soon as this nigga's talking about like a body or somebody they probably snitching on, look at Lucci's whole expression change. Look at this. As soon as his lawyer get to this part about, hey, we really don't want to say the name, but motherfuckers is facing open murder charges. Blessing what's happening. This shit crazy.
Had been charged with criminal attempt to commit murder. These were these other folks. And so there was a lot going on in that particular area at the time. And these are all the things that contextualize
Hit that like button.
Why this plea came to fruition at this time. We have really gotten to know our client's family.
Hey, real quick, CEO, I heard you said Ack is on. Is Boom on there? I definitely want to hear what Boom thinks about this.
Family. The court will note that his family has literally sat in that back row, dedicated to him, paying attention, being courteous to the court, and being respectful to the court, but being here in support of Mr. Bennett. And I think that's what the court can expect with him moving forward. There have even been people that are involved in the music world that in like fashion have literally been here, sitting in the back, being courteous, paying attention to.
Who? What rappers have been going to Lucci trial?
To these folks.
Proceedings.
To what has transpired here. Your Honor, given the fact that he is 32 years old, given the fact that, as Ms. Christian accurately said, he comes here with no criminal record. I know it's in the discretion of the court for me to ask for a first offender, but let me give you the logistics behind it. I know others have asked, but they've had a bunch of offenses for which they've entered guilty pleas to.
That's definitely what that nigga look like.
When it comes to, Your Honor, out of the 13 counts.
Nah, nigga, you wasn't supposed to, hey, nigga, you wasn't supposed to say all of this.
12 of them will be non-pros. He is going to enter a plea to one of them with the court's permission. I philosophically had the honor.
Tata in the cut one
first
time.
assignment
Ladies
was
break out the Methuselahs. Hey, that works now.
Be assigned to Judge Daniels Courtman, who wrote the book on criminal law, the original book that we all look at. And he used to say, when I was a public defender, he used to stare at people and go, it's my honor to give you first offender because everybody deserves a chance to get on the other side. Of course, if you commit any faux pas during that period of time, you will pay the price dearly. First offender is the proverbial sword of Damocles, and it will hang over Mr. Bennett's head for a long time. What's interesting about this offense, this plea, excuse me, is that there really will take 2 decades for first offender to ultimately inure to the benefit of Mr. Bennett. And so I think that it kind of serves kind of a double purpose. One, it incentivizes him.
To do what?
But 2, it's just not that sword of Damocles that's there for a 3-year theft by receiving probation, but something that he will have to live with because his probation, as the court is well aware, his probation literally does not kick in for approximately 7 years.
What?
And so then he's got to go 7 years and then get on the other part of that probation for first offender to kick in.
Wait, what? What? This nigga probation shit don't kick in for 7 years? Nah, nigga. No. No, nigga. Come on. What? He told.
But something that he will have to live with because his probation as the court is well aware, his probation literally does not kick in for approximately 7 years.
I'm losing my motherfucking mind, man.
This how you know ain't none of them big bloggers or nothing actually watched the court proceeding today. None, I didn't hear none of them report on this. This nigga shit don't kick in for 7 years? Good night, Bob. So basically what it is he getting out, but if he get in trouble, they're going to treat it like he's on probation. Wow. So when he get out, he's technically on probation. That's why they went over him with that gun shit several times. They ain't even really, they said something about the other shit, but they ain't even really say nothing to him about smoking and all this shit, because that's the thing. They let him know, if you get locked, if you get pulled over and caught with a gun, nigga, that's it. So they basically got him on probation, but since it don't kick in for 7 years, he ain't gonna have to report, piss, none of that shit. Get the fuck out of here. It's only going. Yeah, he rocking those Jay-Z, I'm with the feds dreads. Talk your shit. When you know a nigga sold out when he get these. So this nigga, it's only probation if he get caught doing some shit. Nigga, ain't young boy still on house arrest? I think the label doing that shit to him on purpose.
And so then he's got to go 7 years and then get the other part of that probation for first offender to kick in. I want the court to know.
But yeah, true, CEO. But the whole thing is, I would have to believe that if this nigga get caught up again, they gonna throw the book at this nigga. They did a whole RICO on this nigga, and then like, you know what? We'll just give this nigga 3.5 months that'll make it about 3.5 years for a whole RICO case. And we'll let him get out. The DA, they gonna write to parole board that they ain't got no problem with this nigga getting out. He gonna get out, and then when he get out, he's on probation and shit, but his probation will kick in for 7 years. The probation only matter if he get caught with a firearm. So if he get caught doing anything, because me or you, if we on that type of deal, nigga, if we get a disorderly, we going back. They already let this shit be known as long as he got somebody in the car to take the pistol charge, he ain't got nothing to worry about from going forward. And then, yeah, at the 7-year mark, they're going to make this nigga start reporting. Yeah, right.
That we, his lawyers, have made sure he understands that first offender can be problematic. We went over the negative and positive consequences of that. As with any other profession, a first offender gives you the chance professionally, and it is important in his line of work. Hopefully one day he'll be freer to travel, to try to get back to where he not only was, but really a whole nother level.
Hashtag Shay was right. I told you, lawyer already talking about it. Look, we got to get ready to get him back on the road. He owe a whole lot of niggas. He's been locked up for 3 years. The record labels want their bread. So we gonna, you're gonna have to let that nigga get back on the road, all that shit. Yep, he getting the Meek Mill. And watch, they getting ready to make this nigga cut his hair off.
And first offender would give him the ability to travel in places, quite frankly, but for getting first offender, he may never get the chance to travel. As the court knows, with the felony.
Get my let me grab my drink right quick. And they sit here, what they're talking about is they just want this nigga get, even though he's pleading this shit, they want to make sure it's the least shit possible so this nigga can still make money for the label. Crazy. He the label's lawyer, not him. shit. Yeah, this nigga, this is the label's lawyer. This ain't Lucci's lawyer, bro. He's already angling like, we gotta get this nigga back on the road. Why the fuck, nigga?
Conviction, international travel becomes extremely difficult. And maybe it will take 10 years for him to go to those places. But that would be, that would be very, very important for him moving forward to be able to go to
They worried about him doing an international tour.
different venues he would not necessarily be able to travel to contractually have relationships with morality clauses he might not able to otherwise be able to contract to. There's just a plethora of reasons it would be important.
Right, which is why he shouldn't have been involved in a drill in a fucking Maybach.
I also, Your Honor, want to say that I think that this process has really served a purpose. This case is unique. It's a RICO case where his charges were 13 in number, but I know ultimately had 11 people in the case, and cases.
11 people in this case. He had 13 charges. He was labeled the leader of this shit. 3.5 months from now,
like this are not the normal single defendant, single count case. Unfortunately, with the complexity of a case that can last as long as three months, it takes a while for all parties, and I include our colleagues from the state, to get to the point where a resolution makes sense. And so this is really not a statement on Mr. Bennett that we're taking this, in this third week of jury selection, but really the process. And as I said in my opening remarks, this court has encouraged, I know, you have your phrase of knee to knee, but you have encouraged us to remain in conversation while never saying specifically about this issue. It's been about all the other issues in the case, and all parties have taken that seriously. I think, as I said to you yesterday, if the parties look red-eyed, it's because other than the legal work we've been doing, we've been literally talking with one another to all hours, in person, on the phone, trying to bring a resolution. With all that being said, I think that Mr. Bennett truly appreciates where he is right now, and would very much, on his behalf, we'd ask that the court accept the plea as negotiated between the parties, and we're available for any questions from the court.
All right, thank you, Mr. Findling. Mr. Banks, do you wish to go on the record as well?
Judge, I would just simply say that these are very difficult cases, having been the former director of the gang unit.
Jonathan Coachman? This nigga got to coach as one of his lawyers. Ain't this a bitch?
In this office, there are always challenges when you try these type of cases with these multi-defendant cases involving gang charges. Mr. Finley has really adequately described what has occurred between the negotiations of the parties. This was going to be a hard-fought battle, and the state knows that. We knew that, and as a result of that, Judge, I do believe that we were able to have those meetings.
So you mean to tell me that you, his lawyers, and the DA sat down and was like, hey, nigga, you know what I realized? This is going to be a tough case for both of us to fight. So you know what we should do? We should just get Lucci out of jail in 3.5 months and just call it quits. See, this is why they do it in these boring ass shit like this. This is why they put shit in terms of service, because they know you niggas ain't gonna go listen, and this is where all the fucking drama in the shit be. This nigga just said they came to terms to get this deal based off the fact that both sides felt like this was gonna be a lot of work. What the fuck? And then they like, the judge, and then they sitting there, the judge been telling them every day, man, y'all should keep working with each other, try to figure something out, he trying to keep it from going to trial. And then they like agree to 20 years, but we'll let you get out in 3.5 months. But we need you to agree to 20 years so that way we don't sound like straight bitches when we go tell everybody.
To kneecap meetings and come to this resolution. I do think it's appropriate. This is not a slap on the wrist by no means because of the hard-fought battle that.
Nigga, one of his homies got killed in the commission of a felony and you fled the scene and left his body. Yeah, this is 3.5 months from now, about 3 years, yeah, slap on the wrist.
It's going to be fought. Having said that, he's here, he's ready to accept responsibility, and I would submit, Judge, that you should accept the party's negotiated recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Banks. What's the state's position on the first offender request?
Thank you, Judge. We, as the court knows, we've had several negotiations. This has been a point
you see, bro, they hide
of discussion, and we were aware that this would be a request, and not just on my behalf, but after speaking even with the DA regarding this particular issue, Your Honor, the state objects to first offender.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Christian. All right. Mr. Bennett, based on the presentation of Ms. Christian, the Assistant District Attorney, I find that there's an adequate factual basis for the charges against you. More importantly, based on your responses to her questions, I find you're entering your plea in this case knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. At this time, before sentence is imposed...
Ty, there is no fucking way this nigga ain't telling. There's no way. This is too... Bro, this shit's too sweet, bro. Nino Brown deal wasn't even this sweet, nigga. Nino Brown got a deal like this and they killed this nigga in the courthouse. I know I should have killed you myself, bitch. Well, that's the difference between me and you. This motherfucker, Nino got this deal and they killed him in the courthouse. I just want to point that out.
Free to make a statement, but only if you wish to do so. Would you like to make a statement at this time?
Yes.
All right.
First off, I want to say my heart goes out to my...
Oh, man, CEO young to the motherfucker. This nigga said, I got to look up Nino Brown case. Young niggas are in the building. Nino Brown was a fictional character in a movie called New Jack City. Nigga, you should know what New Jack City... I guess you on the cusp. You should kind of know what New Jack City is. Nigga, this is exactly how Nino Brown got a deal like this, and that old nigga shot that nigga dead in the courthouse. End of movie. Nino Brown was basically the crime lord. For those who ain't seen New Jack City, Nino Brown was the crime lord. And this nigga had 2 billion bodies and everything, nigga. And he got caught up, basically a RICO case. He got in there. He snitched on everybody. They ended up giving this nigga a year. I'm talking about everybody. Nigga, it was all types of shit. And then they gave that nigga that year. Yeah, this shit bigger than Nino Brown. They gave that nigga a year. He snitched on the nigga in court. Stood up. Nigga, he did it, nigga. They gave that nigga a year. This nigga walked out the courtroom and somebody shot this nigga dead. And that was the end of the movie, nigga. So Lucci, you might want to be careful. The last time I see the nigga with this deal, it didn't turn out that great.
Friend James Adam and his family. Yes.
All right.
First off, I want to say my heart goes out to my friend James Adam and his family. Also, I want to apologize to my family and my friends for putting them through this stressful process.
You apologizing to people and shit? This was part of your deal, nigga. You told, nigga. You telling right now. We all we got.
And I would also like to apologize to the court.
What?
And that's it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Let me just confirm with the state that the only pending charge in this recommendation is count 69.
Yes, Judge.
And what is that charge?
Violation of the Street Gang Act.
All right. For count 69, Mr. Bennett, violation of the Street Gang Act, your sentence is 20 years to serve 10 years with the balance on probation.
What?
All other counts will be null prost. There are several conditions to this plea agreement. There are special conditions and conditions on the state. The special condition.
Hey, nigga, I did not know Lucci was only 5'2", nigga. This nigga Lucci all of 5'2", nigga. I've never seen nothing like this. There's no way he didn't tell. Any of y'all thinking this nigga didn't tell, bro? This is why they do it this way. Cause some of y'all gonna fall for it.
Are that you're to engage in no criminal street gang activity. You're to have no contact with criminal street gang members or associates. You're to have no contact with your co-defendants. Derek Adams, Rondavius Hawkins, Rayvon Boyd, Leroy Pitts.
Yeah, Your Honor, I don't know none of them niggas.
Artez Carter, Malik Stanley, Reginald Carter, DeMonte Thomas.
So think about this shit. All these niggas he's naming, Lucci was probably paying for. So now he get out in 3.5 months, and he get to keep all his money, and he get to look at them and go, hey, I'm still a real nigga, but you heard the judge. I can't talk to y'all. Think about that for a second. He's the bag. So you know all these niggas that's co-defendants and shit, all the shit they on trial and shit for, they was doing for this nigga. So now they facing cases, and this nigga can't even do nothing for these niggas now. Thanks, Your Honor.
Tadrikas Glass, Justin Ushery, and Victor Meadows. You're to have no guns or replicas of guns. You're to participate in no gang affiliation and or conduct associated with gangs on social media. You must be gainfully employed. And for purposes of the definition of employment, since you are an entertainer, self-employment would come under the context of employment. You're to have no violation of any state or federal law while serving on any portion of this sentence, including any period of incarceration. You're to comply with all rules maintained by the county jail where you are to be housed prior to being transported to a facility within the Department of Corrections where you will be designated to serve out this sentence. You're to comply with all rules maintained within any facility.
And they sending him to prison. And you got them niggas to send you to prison for 3 months. Oh my goodness, Lucci. It just keeps getting more and more sweetheart. They could just keep him in the county, because if you only gonna be in there under a year, these niggas getting ready to send this nigga to prison next week. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
The Department of Corrections, where you will be designated to serve out this sentence. You will waive your right to appeal any and all terms and conditions of this plea agreement and the sentence imposed, as well as any right that you.
I want to know what facility he going to. I bet he definitely ain't going nowhere Supermax. He ain't going to no Max, Supermax. This nigga going to minimum security. He going to somewhere where it probably ain't even, it's going to be the most laid back shit. He going to be literally the thuggest nigga there, and the other niggas going to know him, and they all going to be jocking. Yep, that's exactly where he going.
Possess in connection with OCGA section 24-4-410. I'd like to ask both Mr. Findling and Mr. Banks if this term is agreed to by counsel as well.
It is, Judge.
Nigga, 6 weeks from now, them niggas gonna be like, he was approved for work release.
All right. If you violate any term or condition of this agreement, including the special conditions, the state will be free to revoke this sentence and recommend any penalty allowed under the law, including but not limited to the maximum sentence provided by law. As a condition of this sentence, the state has also agreed, and I believe this is the first time I've ever seen this, the state has agreed to write a letter to the Board of Pardons and Parole.
He said, let me stop right there. The judge said, I believe this is the first time I've ever seen this. The state has agreed to, after filing a RICO on this nigga, now they gonna write a letter in this. They're not only letting this nigga out, they're gonna write a letter in this nigga's favor for him to get out. And you telling me this nigga ain't told? Shut the fuck up, nigga. Fuck you, and fuck you. This nigga told.
Recommend any penalty allowed under the law, including but not limited to the maximum sentence provided by law. As a condition of this sentence, the state has also agreed, and I believe this is the first time I've ever seen this, the state has agreed to write a letter to the Board of Pardons and Parole stating that the state will not object to you being released from the Department of Corrections the first time that you become eligible for parole, or after serving 1/3 of your prison sentence.
3.5 months from now. Nigga. Hey, Thug, you better be right.
I'm a Mason. I beat all my cases.
Whichever comes first, if you comply with the following conditions. You to comply with the lawful authority of any and all law enforcement. You are to have no further incidents from the date of this plea in any penal institution. You are to receive credit, and I don't do the credit from time served, but what I will acknowledge is you have been incarcerated since January 13th of 2021 to the present. Is that correct, Ms. Christian?
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Finley and Mr. Banks, do you agree with that date, with those dates?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Have I adequately detailed the recommendation, Ms. Christian?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to ask just one fact on the first offender. I know there was an issue with a co-defendant, but the court would note that co-defendant had a plea to a voluntary manslaughter charge, which the court in an uncomfortable position for a request on first offender on voluntary manslaughter. That's a difficult ask. We're not similarly situated.
All right. And the court has considered the first offender request, and the court is denying the request at this time. All right.
Yeah, that's how he gets up to 1/3 of his time, Chad, is with 3 years he already did.
Anything else? Have I adequately detailed the recommendation, Mr. Banks?
If I may, Judge, as a part of the negotiated recommendation, the state has agreed to null pros indictment number 22 SC 180737, as well as decline to prosecute case number 23 CP 216278.
Is that correct, Ms. Christian?
Yes, Judge. I was going to present that at the end of this.
All right. So is there anything else before I bring probation on to give further instructions from the state, Ms. Christian?
Nothing else remaining on this.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Finley or Mr. Banks?
No, Your Honor. It's just been no.
Yeah, just shut up, nigga. Y'all won today. Look at the white girl smiling. Look at the white girl next to Lucci. They know they won today, nigga. They won today.
All right. Officer Smith, you go ahead and unmute your microphone, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Before Mr. Bennett when he is placed on parole or when he is released on parole, he'll be given reporting instructions at that time. If he resides in another state, they will process the transfer of the case to the other state.
Wait, no! So this nigga he get to have probation wherever the fuck he want, nigga. Not just he gets to leave. It's not just that he gets to leave. That's one thing if he gets to travel for work. No, these niggas said he can set up his probation wherever the fuck he want, nigga. No, nigga. This nigga Lucci told nigga, stop it.
On parole, he'll be given reporting instructions at that time. If he resides in another state, they will process the transfer of the case to the other state.
What the fuck? This is the most unheard of deal in the history of the dope game. This nigga gets to pick what state he has probation. So his lawyers can literally tell him, hey, nigga, this state is the easiest state to live in under probation. nigga he's got enough money to move to whatever state. And these niggas can go, nigga, the easiest state for you to have probation in, right here. This is next level wild, bro. I'm with CEO, bro.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
This why this nigga's in there. This why this nigga's in there smiling. He about to spend the next 3.5 months planning what state he's moving to. I'm sitting here talking about, yeah, they probably gonna let this nigga travel and do. It ain't even, his shows ain't even in question. These niggas is like, he could go to whatever state he want to serve. He ain't even gotta serve out of Georgia. As a matter of fact, nigga, leave. Georgia's like, we don't even want his probation money. We ain't tripping on your probation money. You can get the fuck up out of here, nigga. Fani just trying to get niggas out the way. Hey, what if Lucci didn't tell, but Fani Willis did this shit because Lucci know she was fucking Big Nut? That's very plausible. Fani Willis is in some shit right now. She's already in some shit. And word on the streets for a long time is she was fucking Big Nut before he died. Lucci's lawyer might have got word to her like, hey, bitch, we see you. Because mighty funny this happens. This happens right when the Fani Willis shit just came out, what? Friday? Day before yesterday? Whenever? It just came, the Fani Willis shit just came out that she's in all this trouble because the nigga that she appointed on the Trump case, she fucking. And long before this, niggas said that she was fucking Big Nut. That's some plausible shit. I can plausibly say that Lucci could have got Fani to get this shit all hooked up. Because the bitch that's prosecuting this shit, her voice trembling and shit. It's almost like she was made to do that shit. Like Fani probably made her. Because Lucci sitting there smiling. The fuck this bitch do? This bitch went from talking tough. You do all this shit in Georgia, we locking your niggas up on RICO charges. We getting Trump, we getting YSL, we getting YFN, and then at the end of this shit, she ain't getting nobody and got caught fucking the nigga that she appointed. She might have something to do with the reason this, because this is the most sweetheart deal ever. That's why I'm like, they don't even want his probation money. They like, you can leave, because they know if they tell him that, he gone. Damn. Because remember, they offered him a deal 7 months ago. This nigga's like, fuck that shit. Then they make it seem like they've offered him the same deal, but now he took it, and it just so happens to be a couple days after Fani Willis got caught up. I ain't even think about that shit. She just got caught up like 2. Matter of fact, when this is over, we gonna watch the Fani Willis news clip. Fani probably got, man, she probably got this nigga out. Oh shit, Lucci. Lucci, you don't this is a parlay, Lucci.
But he will be given full and complete reporting instructions.
Oh yeah, she's just like that, but worse.
Prior to his release from the Department of Corrections.
All right. Thank you, Officer Smith. All right. I'd like to just echo Mr. Finling's earlier comments about the professional.
No. Fani Willis got caught up in some shit like 2 days ago. That's why I'm sitting back like, you know what? Lucci done parlayed this shit. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, we gonna watch the shit after this. This almost over.
Exhibited by the attorneys for the state and the defense in this case, and this process as well, although it's not been easy, all attorneys have exhibited the highest levels of professionalism. It's greatly appreciated by the court.
Thank you.
All right, that completes the sentencing for Mr. Bennett. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, before we release Mr. Bennett, the state does move to null pros. I'd like to motion the court to null pros at this point.
Go ahead, Ms. Christian.
The state moves to null pros indictment 22SC180737.
Because right now, Fani Willis is trying to fight going to a deposition. What deposition is she trying to fight going to? Well, the nigga that she appointed on the Trump case, well, his wife is divorcing him, and the reason she's divorcing him is because she said he's been fucking her. And they subpoena her to come testify in this nigga's divorce trial.
And for the record, the state, as it relates to this particular defendant, the state did agree to not move forward on 23 CP 216278. May I present that null pros to the court, Judge?
Yes, thank you. All right, I'm going to step off for a moment. I believe we have another non-negotiated plea, but this completes the process for Mr. Bennett.
Thank you.
Thank you. 3.5 months, nigga. Just like that. Man, she got some big ass titties. I see you. Yeah, I'm looking at you, bitch. Turn back around, pay attention to the judge. Nigga, Fani Willis, bro. So, and this is just came out 8 hours ago, and I ain't even seen this, so we gonna watch this together. I told you, this is bad. And then she's facing this shit right now, just all of a sudden, Lucci getting out. Thug about to get out.
The Georgia Senate is poised to conduct investigative hearings into the office of Fulton District Attorney Fani Willis.
The majority Republican Senate says it aims to use power rarely used at the state level to target Willis, who is prosecuting former President Donald Trump. 11 Alive's Doug Richards is joining us now with more on what we are seeing here from the state capitol. Doug.
Yeah. You know, Congress is well known for its politically charged investigations, and now there are Republicans here at the state Senate level who say that it's kind of time for them to get on board and conduct a similar investigation, perhaps into Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. Because the state government sends about $3 million a year to help fund the Fulton County District Attorney's office, Republican Greg Dolezal says that's reason enough to investigate how the DA is spending tax dollars.
The General Assembly historically has perhaps not used their investigative authority as much as they should, in my opinion.
Dolezal wants to use that authority to examine Fulton County's election interference prosecution of former President Donald Trump. DA Fani Willis hired Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade to handle it. Willis hasn't answered an allegation made in a court filing that she has a personal relationship with Wade. But records show Fulton County has paid Wade's firm some $653,000 for his services.
The serious allegations that are out there as to whether or not this is prosecution for profit or there is some sort of inherent conflict of interest.
There is. And you know how they've already proven it? There's 2 lawyers on the case for the Trump shit. The lawyer that's more qualified than this nigga is running second chair and making $100 less an hour. This nigga is least qualified and he's running first chair and he getting paid $100 more an hour. Nigga, she in trouble. And then now all of a sudden, Lucci getting out.
In the ongoing prosecution in Fulton County.
Frankly, it smacks of McCarthyism.
Democrats say a Republican-led Senate investigation into Willis, who is a Democrat.
Classic motherfucking, fuck all this politics shit. You in the pulpit line, bro, just satanic to the core.
Yo, the devil's in full effect.
Would be a political exercise in an election year in an effort to undermine Fulton County's criminal case against Trump.
What'd you expect, bitch? They was just gonna lay down for you?
Today, a judge handed Fulton District Attorney Fani Willis a temporary win amidst allegations she had a romantic relationship with the special prosecutor. The person we're talking about here is Nathan Wade. He was hired to lead the election interference case against former President Donald Trump and several others. Investigative reporter Zach Merchant was in the courtroom today. He's joining us live now. Zach, what is the latest with this
Javon, I don't think our officials said what's happening.
case?
The big issue was whether Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis would have to sit for a deposition tomorrow in Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade's ongoing divorce case. And today, a judge ruled, at least for now, that answer is no. Attorneys for Nathan Wade's estranged wife, Joycelyn, were seeking to enforce a subpoena compelling Willis to sit for that deposition. Willis's attorneys today tried to convince the judge to block it. Cobb County Superior Court Judge Henry Thompson ultimately did not make a final decision today, saying he needed more information before making.
And not only that, Blessing, you did that knowing that whether or not she actually fucked Big Nut, it's not in question that there was something there. They were cool. She even represented, before she became this, she represented a nigga for YSL. YSL Woody. Was it Woody? She fucking represented a nigga for YSL before she got this job. And now she's helping prosecute RICO against them? Give me a fucking break, bro. This bitch, one of them big Democrats told her, hey, if you prosecute this shit, we gonna put you on. She was like, fuck it.
An ultimate decision, but because the deposition was scheduled for tomorrow morning, he issued a temporary stay, basically an extension, allowing Willis to skip the deposition for now. In her motion seeking to block the subpoena, Willis had accused Joycelyn Wade of trying to use the legal process to harass the district attorney.
Nigga, she looks like she thinks she on Law and Order right now. Dum 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 dum. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. This is do 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 do. I mean, this bitch is strutting, nigga. I'm shitty.
Position for now. In her motion seeking to block the subpoena, Willis had accused Joycelyn Wade of trying to use the legal process to harass the district attorney. After the hearing, her lawyer, Andrea Hastings, responded.
It wouldn't matter who she is and what position she holds. If she's having an affair with my client's husband and he's spending my client's money on that relationship, I'm going to find out about it.
Oh, shit. Don't let the soft eyes and long hair fool you, nigga. This bitch ain't playing, nigga. I don't give a fuck who this hoe is. If this hoe is fucking my client's husband and my client's husband's using any type of the bread on her, nigga, I'm going to find out about it. I don't give a fuck. Don't let this silky ascot fool you, nigga. I'm here to cut throats.
With my client.
Hearing her lawyer, Andrea Hastings, responded.
This bitch is savage.
It wouldn't matter who she is and what position she holds. If she's having an affair with my client's husband and he's spending my client's money on that relationship, I'm going to find out about it.
Fuck.
And that deposition was not the only issue addressed in court today. Coming up at 6, we'll tell you what else happened right here in the Cobb County Courthouse. Back to you.
Fani Willis getting ran down by a divorce attorney, nigga. can't go at a president of the United States with anything like this on your resume, nigga. Nigga, Trump said something about her fucking with Big Nut like 3 years ago and nobody paid attention to it. Trump, I forgot about that. Trump actually made a mention, like he didn't say Big Nut by name, but he was referring to Big Nut. Yeah, she Joey Greco from Cheaters, nigga. Like, she don't give a fuck, nigga. Ma'am, stop right there. Stop right there. Are you aware that you're hurting your husband's feelings right now? Sir, don't you have a wife at home? Lucci said, nigga, I got video, and I'm telling. She is in trouble. Uh-oh, this just came out 2 hours ago. See, look at all of these motherfucking updates and shit about Fani Willis just out of nowhere. And nigga, we wake up, Lucci coming home. What? Lucci coming home? What? I don't even think nobody knew he was going to court today. This nigga's in there smiling like a motherfucker. Yeah, nigga.
Tonight at 11, newly unsealed records are now shedding light on the ongoing controversy surrounding Fulton County DA Fani Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade.
The two are accused of financially benefiting from an alleged romantic relationship. Our 11 Alive investigators spent the day combing through hundreds of pages of records. Zach Merchant joining us now in studio. Zach, what did you find?
You're right, a lot of records to go through. Here's the big takeaway. Nathan Wade's law firm website says he's an experienced family law attorney, but new court records show that Nathan Wade was found in contempt in August in his own divorce case after a judge found he willfully failed to turn over records to his estranged wife, Joycelyn.
All your shit about to come down because you was fucking this nigga. This is wild.
The Cobb County judge made the court documents public yesterday afternoon. They had been under seal since 2022. The civil case was dragged into the national spotlight this week after Joycelyn Wade subpoenaed DA Fani Willis to sit for a deposition. A judge temporarily blocked the subpoena, but set another court date at the end of this month where new information could be revealed.
So basically, if they can prove that this nigga really fucked you, oh, nigga.
New information could be pivotal. Earlier this year, a defendant in the Fulton County criminal case against former President Donald Trump asked the judge in that case to disqualify Willis and Wade for their alleged relationship. Georgia State University Law School legal ethics expert Clark Cunningham says the controversy has already delayed that criminal case.
That's why I've said ever since last Friday when I saw the bank records for the first time that, in my opinion, Fani Willis, for the good of the case and for the good of the public, should step away right now.
To be...
I'm just trying to help the bitch out. Look, from the bottom of my heart, I'm trying to help the bitch out. Run, bitch, run. This nigga know what time it is.
Ethics expert Clark Cunningham says the controversy has already delayed that criminal case.
That's why I've said ever since last Friday when I saw the bank records for the first time that, in my opinion, Fani Willis, for the good of the case and for the good of the public, should step away right now.
To be clear, so far, no concrete evidence has emerged.
For the good of the public, this bitch should step away. Not now. Not now. But right now, nigga. Lucci lawyers was like, hey, nigga, hey, them niggas call Lucci. Fani in trouble, nigga. You coming home, bro. You coming home. You heard the nigga. You heard the bitch that was in there. And Lucci sitting there smiling, licking his lips and shit. Fani done fucked up, nigga. Oh, man. And that's why, so she's like, yeah, I got to get get as much shit out of my way as I can right now, cause the feds is on it. That nigga told that bitch, look, get up out of this. Leave Trump alone. And just being real, y'all know how politics work. It don't matter if it's a Democrat or a Republican. You can't come into this situation trying to prosecute a fucking president, sitting or not. You can't try to prosecute a president and have any of this shit pop up. The moment your name is mentioned in a divorce trial, you gotta walk away because bro, it's over. You going at a nigga with unlimited resources and you this loose with your pussy on the side. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Fani Willis can't be this crazy. She can't be this crazy. If you going after the president on some real shit, you gotta have the most cleanest record motherfucker you got on the staff go at him. Not this bitch who apparently is ratchet as all fuck, fucking married man, fucking home wrecking DA, nigga. You can't. Bro, I told y'all, I feel like this is a concerted plot to ruin black women ever getting positions of power ever again. Y'all bitches ain't becoming DAs. Y'all not about to be mayors no more. All this shit. It's like they putting the worst black women in these positions on purpose, and these bitches are just wild. You got a fucking DA trying to go after the president, but she appoints a nigga that she fucking, that's the most ratchet shit I've ever heard of. It's not black people shit. That's ratchet. This ratchet is all get out. This bitch is the DA. Talking about ever really seen him like for real like this. Bro, Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard was just with Joe Biden the other day. She trying to put somebody else's man on. And he's and the fucked up thing is, if he was a chick, nobody would even be on his head like this, because I'm looking at my wife like this. She made me fuck her, bro. And you saw I got a bigger paycheck. That's why she was making me do that. Girl, you got to believe that, because a dude actually getting paid for his dick is next level unheard of. That it happens, but it's rare. This nigga's like, baby, I fucked her and we was able to get the new house. Home wrecking ass bitch. You using a position of authority, because that's the other thing. She's in a position of authority. Yeah, he still got personal responsibility. I ain't saying he was just this helpless. But, bro, we can't sit here and act like if she's willing to fuck this nigga like that, then she's willing to fire this nigga for not fucking her. That's just crazy enough to fuck this nigga that's this close to a case involving the president, one of the presidents of the United States. If she's that crazy to do that, if this nigga don't want to give her no dick, she firing. This bitch is fighting, trying to go to a fucking deposition to talk about her, the fact of woman, thou art loose. So, sir, would you care to tell the court about your relationship with DA Fani Willis? Sure.
Just ask them how I did it. I got out the limo, grabbed her hand, went upstairs and fucked her.
No further questions, Your Honor. The fucking DA, nigga. This is some of the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life, nigga.
Now she want to go renegade? Go renegade, bitch.
And that's why she's getting ready to go to prison. You want to go to prison, then go to prison then, bitch. I didn't even think about this. Cause I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest. That makes more sense than Lucci snitching. So I'm like, why ain't you just, he could have snitched a long time ago. This makes more sense than him snitching for me. She just got in trouble, then he just so happens to get out. Yeah, that probably will happen. Because the real that know about the Lucci case know that Big Nut was tied to this bitch. Wow, bro. Stop playing, bro. Is this it? I definitely want to at least see what this one is. So damn short, though.
Here at home, Fulton County DA Fani Willis fired back at allegations made by the former president. A new attack ad from former President Trump accuses Willis of having an inappropriate relationship with a former client.
Big Nut. Who's YFN Lucci's big homie. This is big homie. I was making sense how this nigga got the deal of all deals of a lifetime.
In an email to her colleagues obtained by the AP, Willis called the accusations, quote, derogatory and false. She urged her staff not to respond to the allegations publicly. Willis also wrote,
why not?
Quote, we have no personal feelings against those we investigate or prosecute, and we should not express any.
She had several. Here's for the record. For the record, she had several niggas. And I'm sure Nut was one of them at some point. Because client don't mean you ever had to represent a motherfucker in court. Ever. Motherfucker could be your client and never step foot in the courtroom ever.
End quote.
Oh, what's this one?
So Donald Trump is claiming that Young Thug's YSL co-founder slept with District Attorney Fani Willis. Hey, what's up? I'm A-Dub, and check this out. So the former president alluded to Willis's connection to YSL co-founder Mondo Crenshaw during a...
Nigga, he said you fuck Mondo too? It wasn't Woody, it was Mondo. Is YSL Mondo. That's right, she fucked Mondo too.
rally earlier this week in New Hampshire,
Allegedly.
where he accused the prosecutor of having an affair with the gang member.
They waited, and I probably have another one. They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say, I guess, they say that...
Hey, white people have evolved over the last 4 or 5 years. White people are openly calling niggas out for racist shit now. That shit be funny to me. They have White people, I told you niggas this some years ago. I was like, if y'all thought y'all was gonna be able to pull this whole white people forever, watch this. Yeah, she's a racist. She's racist.
She was after a certain gang, and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member.
You know, Rick is so wild and has went so far off the meter. It's shit that I can't even tell you on TV. I mean, you know, for the sake of our friendship, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna bring it up. But trust me, he's went there. He has went where it's like, yo, Rick, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? You done took this shit too far. And his response is like this: there's no such place. Darkness. Let's go to the abyss, nigga. I'm not with it, man. I don't want to go to the abyss, man. You know what I'm saying? Rick wants to go to the abyss. In fact, he dwells in the abyss. Big James dwells in the abyss. Okay? And he wants company. Sometimes, you know, and for some reason he likes to reach out for me whenever I'm around. When he wants to go there, he will reach out for me to try to take me to the abyss with him. And I'm not with it, man. I'm not with it. And that's when we end up, you know, tussling or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, Trump a wild motherfucker, nigga. Only Trump, nigga. Only Trump bold enough to say this shit. And here's the thing. He's the only one that would say it, whether it's true or if it's not. He the only one that be, yeah, she fucked him. Trump, wow, nigga.
And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office. What's going on in this country is, and by the way, wants to indict me for a perfect phone call. This was even better than my perfect call with Ukraine. Remember?
Hey, man, politics be the shit if you watch this shit, if you watch it like it's supposed to be funny. Then it is. It's some of the funniest shit ever. Some of y'all get sad because you're like, it's not funny. You take it seriously. Nigga, this shit funny, nigga.
Donald Trump's claim stems from a Rolling Stone interview with Mondo in January, which revealed that Fani Willis previously represented him in a 2019 aggravated assault case. Willis, who has since reinvented herself as a tough on crime prosecutor, spearheaded the sprawling.
So she's tough on crime that a nigga facing life without parole plus 220 years plus 5 years gets out in 3.5 months. Got it.
RICO indictment against Young Thug's YSL crew, who are accused of being a criminal street gang behind a series of violent crimes in the Atlanta area. She is also currently investigating Trump over his alleged meddling into the 2020 presidential election, including a phone call to Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, during which he pressured him to find the votes to help him win. This is not her character. This is not who she is. I done had auntie to nephew, mother to son type of talks with her. I know this is not her character. This is what made me start looking at the YSL case like I know it's bigger than just her. It's politics behind this ish. It's other people that's behind her pulling strings.
And this is the bitch they supposed to be having. Go ahead, Trump. This is her. They got this bitch caught all over this motherfucker.
Rolling Stone journalist Andre G., who conducted the interview, debunked the allegations by clarifying that Mondo made no mention of any sexual relationship with Willis during their conversation. This is my report. Mondo didn't say or imply anything close to that at any point in our conversation. Donald Trump has been at odds with Willis as he attempts to discredit prosecutors investigating.
See, but y'all think he was talking about Mondo. I think he was talking about Nut, nigga. Not Mondo. I think the whole reason she represented Mondo was based off of her relationship with Nut. Allegedly.
Him and may soon face RICO charges in the state of Georgia for his alleged election fraud, according to The Guardian. While Young Thug will remain behind bars until the YSL RICO trial begins, YSL Mondo, who was not charged in that case, was recently arrested after missing a court date in connection with a separate incident last month in which he was accused of strangling a woman. After his court date no-show, federal agents with the U.S. Marshals Task Force, GBI agents, and Cobb County deputies searched his home and found drugs, cash, and...
No. At a point, you gotta remember, fucking, it's the weirdest shit ever. Nut was meant a lot to Thug and Lucci. It was almost like Nut didn't really have, even though Nut was a big ass blood, affiliation with that shit was neutral. Yeah, he rocked heavy with Lucci, but he like put Lucci on. And how shit be looking in public and how shit play behind closed doors, way different. The fact that we even flirting with the fact that a DA was really fucking with one of these niggas, that means all bets are off. Like on some real shit. All motherfucking bets are off at this point when this is where we at with it. To be honest. Crazy.
And at least 3 guns. Mondo is now facing
Yep. When they were sitting down at dinner and shit.
several felonies, including 3 counts of violating the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date on all of our new videos. And as always, make sure to keep it all the way locked.
Nigga, Trump spazzed out on that bitch, nigga. You's a wild boy. I mean, and this is all this week. Here go another one from earlier this week. Yeah, this has to be why Lucci coming home. AK-47, y'all niggas need to get on that.
New details tonight as new civil court filings now accuse Fulton County Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade of buying airline tickets to Miami.
Man, that's the thing. That's just what people say. I still don't believe Thug did. That shit's alleged. And I gotta tell you one thing. I think Lucci probably put them on Thug over the shit because Fani wanted to close the shit. My whole thing is it just doesn't make sense why Thug would have did it. None. It makes no sense. From making the block too hot to their relationship. No, okay. She wasn't DA yet with Mondo. She was representing Mondo as his defense attorney before she became DA. She represented somebody from YSL as their attorney. No, not like she brought charges on a nigga. No, she actually represented a nigga from YSL. That's how crazy this shit is. This shit deep as fuck.
In San Francisco for Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis.
Now this new filing includes credit card statements his wife's attorneys say back up that claim. Our Zach Merchant is here with, once again, the latest on this ongoing issue.
Yeah, guys, we told you at 5 o'clock about the breaking news we had then when a judge announced a hearing that is now set for Monday to evaluate the claims in the divorce case between Nathan Wade and his wife Joycelyn. Now we're breaking down how that could impact the ongoing criminal case against former President Donald Trump that Nathan Wade is helping to lead. These new developments all stem from a recent subpoena served on DA Willis, compelling her to testify in Wade's divorce case. Willis filed a motion in court just yesterday trying to block that subpoena, arguing she had no legally relevant information to share. But today, Joycelyn Wade responded in court, releasing credit card statements alleged to be her husband's that show he spent more than $1,000 for a passenger listed as Fani Willis to accompany him on trips to Miami and San Francisco in 2022 and 2023. Joycelyn Wade's attorneys wrote that they wanted to depose Willis to determine the nature of her relationship with Nathan Wade. Previous 11 Alive reporting revealed that Wade has been paid more than $500,000 more than the other special prosecutors on the case, stressing that he was speaking only hypothetically. Long-term Gwinnett County District Attorney Danny Porter says if the allegation...
You know how good that nigga pipe is, nigga? This nigga done piped this bitch into $500,000, nigga. And his wife, greedy ass, is like, I'm gonna divorce you and take all of it. So I can get some of her shit too. You don't want none of that demon money, girl. I'm just letting you know now.
Allegations are true, it would reflect
course it
badly on Willis's judgment as a lead prosecutor.
Ultimately, it'd be a question for the voters whether or not they want to reelect a person who exercised poor judgment.
But when it comes to how these allegations might impact the ongoing criminal case against Mr. Trump, Porter says it would take a lot of proof for Wade or Willis to be disqualified from the case.
No, that fuck being disqualified. You would want them disqualified because, nigga, ain't nobody finding this nigga guilty with y'all niggas in charge. Period. This is too salacious. Don't nobody need no fucking proof. So you ain't fuck her? You ain't fuck her? You ain't fuck her. So your wife crazy? She's going through all this and saying the reason that she's divorced is because you fucked her, but she can't prove it at all.
Unless they could show that it was all part of a plan to pay him more money and then she would draw the benefit, more or less a kickback.
Bullshit. If they think that this bitch is fucking him and then they see that he makes more money than people more qualified than him, A plus B, 1 plus 2, C, 3. So you cut that shit out, bro.
Then it's really irrelevant to the criminal case, to the Trump case.
We have repeatedly reached out to Nathan Wade about these allegations. So far, he has not responded.
All right, Zach, thank you so.
You sitting here trying to fucking prosecute Trump, but then ain't answering questions about shit you got going on. Just that in itself, you gonna lose. You can't win doing that. That type of hypocrisy is just, you can't win like that. It's just not a good position to be in. These niggas, nah, because them motherfuckers be like, we making the state pay for it. So they know that motherfuckers gonna see it. They go, should we pay for this? Because it ain't like they ain't even got the money. He just got a fucking raise. You gave this nigga a raise he wasn't even supposed to have, and then y'all still was loudly spending money? You fucking idiots. And then you go, I ain't gonna put it on the state credit card. I'll put it on my own credit card that my wife's name is on. But she ain't gonna think shit because I had to travel with Fani. Except my wife found out that only me and Fani was gone. And that's happened multiple times. This nigga's an idiot. This bitch is an idiot. And Trump probably had eyes on her the whole time. Why would you think you can go after the #1 federal agent in the country and them niggas wouldn't have full eyes on you and combing through all your shit? You going after the #1 Fed in the country. There's not a Fed. I mean, like, Joe Biden is like, you know, once you hit president, that's the biggest Fed ever. You think you gonna take him down while fucking the nigga you on the case with? And look how stupid they are. They already got enough time with each other to where it wouldn't have looked weird or no shit, and they just went for more and more and more. Let's take trips together. Are you fucking insane? We can't take no, even if they was single, bitch, we can't take no fucking trip together. We trying to prosecute the fucking president. Last thing we need is, even though we single and we can do what we want, we still don't need them bringing this up trying to use it against us. I just got a raise. I don't want them saying I got this raise because I'm fucking you. But you know that's why you got that raise though, nigga. See, Gamble, what's that? Tata, I guarantee they was spending the county's money. The fuck out of here. Guarantee they were. I guarantee they were. That shit was easier to find because the wife has access to it. A lot of the county shit, man, that shit didn't even get thought of twice, especially if they didn't go too high with some of the shit. You know, the Dalton mayor, a lot of the shit that she was getting caught up for because she's being too loud. You having $500, $600 dinners and da-da-da-da-da-da. They probably just taking what they are allotted to get and moving and paying for everything else. But where it should have happened is she should have been paying for it. If Fani would have been paying for these trips and these hotels and all this shit, his wife would have knew. He should have known. If he doing some shit like you traveling around the world, a bitch, and you paying out of it with the money your wife got access to, make that. I just don't even understand the math of that. Shit, maybe his wife finessed him. That's a possibility. She told the nigga the shit was okay. And then after he did it, said it ain't, and I want a divorce. He can't go to court and say, the only reason I fucked Fani is because my wife said it was cool. He can't say that. That's gonna be his excuse. Well, good luck with that, Negro. I wish you all the best with that strategy. Don't be forgetting, man, some of these girls are savages out here. Cause don't get it twisted. There's a lot of girls that wouldn't even trip about you fucking the DA when she just saw that you brought in $500,000 more than everybody else behind it. Yeah, there's a lot of girls be like, all right. But if you get caught up, nigga, I'm gonna act like I didn't know shit. Now, the claim was they were separated. But I'm like, so you were separated, you fucked the DA, but your wife wants to divorce you over fucking the DA. That don't make sense. This is the dumbest shit ever. By both of them. She shouldn't have been paying that nigga. Here's the thing. Here's what's already fucked up. So nepotism is already crazy enough. So it's already sad enough when you gotta work with a motherfucker that you know just got the job or whatever. And this motherfucker could probably be working cool or whatever. But that's nepotism in itself. Then you add the extra layer of this nigga's not as qualified as the other nigga, but you paying this nigga an extra $100 an hour than the nigga that has more skill than him in this very issue. And then y'all go on those trips, just all this loud shit. It thought nobody was gonna notice. While you trying to go after Donald Trump. Now, you maybe could have pulled this shit on Donald Trump before he became president, but now, like, nigga. And he's in the midst of, like, trying to run again, so he's actively got operatives and shit. And, bro, she's so stupid. I want to see what's going to happen to the rest of these niggas. I think all the YFN niggas is coming home. I think they going to just quietly start letting these niggas, because ain't nobody going to care about nothing YFN now that Lucci out. That's why you let him out first, then you can let all the rest of these niggas out quietly. You'll see a couple of Instagram posts and YouTube videos, but that ain't nothing. That ain't no real mainstream coverage. Ain't nobody tuning into no stream. YFN, blah, blah, blah is out. Who? Tick is gonna look so stupid at the end of all this shit for YSL. He gonna do all that telling and end up being the only nigga doing some real legitimate time. Thug coming home. Cause they getting ready to do the same thing for Thug. How long Thug been locked up? 2 years? They gonna fuck around and do the same thing with Thug, Plea down, and then you finish out this last year or whatever, and time served, you can get on parole. I'll do the same shit with this nigga, bro. Yeah, nigga, I don't think you know how divorce court work, nigga. That shit sound real hard on the phone, but in divorce court, nigga, you heard that white bitch, bro.
If you're spending that money, my client's money, on another bitch, I'm gonna find it.
Like, she made that shit plain, so he can try this shit. Remember, she's the one that exposed this shit. This ain't like a Republican operative exposed this. That his wife's divorce attorney exposed. It's like, yeah, we need that bitch to come in because she been fucking my client, nigga.
Flying her on trips to Miami and other things. He's dipping in my client's paper, and we're not gonna have that. And Ms. DA, you have your ass in court because I want to hear about my client's husband entering your vagina.
Y'all keep fucking you, bro. Y'all heard that white bitch? She not playing. That bitch came out doing that power walk, nigga. Nigga, that's how she was walking.
Walked up to them cameras, flipped that hair back, bitch. We know you're spending the money. We know it. Popeyes, DoorDash, Uber Eats, we saw the receipts. Hookah lounges in the ghetto, all of that shit. We want the fucking money back.
She's channeling her inner Joey Greco, like real shit. Like that white bitch, when she says she know where the money at, nigga, she letting y'all niggas know. That was her telling y'all, lie if you want to. Nigga, that's like Tasha K in court got caught, nigga. The Tasha K shit was funny to the bitch. Yeah, Fani fell for the trap. Shit, she probably knew to go public with this. She like, shit, you got all the leverage in the world. Because probably what happened was they tried to settle this shit and they called her bluff. They was like, look, bitch, I know, because if I'm her attorney, I'm hitting Fani like, look, bitch, peep game. We know y'all been fucking. So here's the terms of the divorce. Y'all better figure this shit out. Because if y'all don't go for this, we telling everybody. We telling everybody. They stupid asses didn't. Ain't no way they got surprised by this. They knew this was coming. Hold on, nigga. Let me pull up Tasha K goofy ass before I get the fuck out of here. This is a whole ass L, Tasha K. I can't even. This was some of the funniest shit I saw today. I said, nigga, what? So, for those that don't know, Tasha K owe Cardi B like $4 million. Tasha K ain't paying her, bragging about not paying her and all this goofy shit. Because, you know, she thinks she got the money hidden or whatever. Now these niggas is in court being asked about the money. Okay? Warning. You about to hear one of the dumbest ideas to hide this money in the history of Earth.
Tactical nuke incoming!
When you have this attorney and this attorney says, listen, listen now, Tasha, with respect to any deposits, you mentioned you only have one checking account. Who believes that she has one account? Do you have any savings? Do you have any trust? Tasha K said, no. You don't have any trust set up for your children? No. She lying right there to us.
Keep all this, pay attention, nigga.
In our faces, in federal court, right? Here at her 2004 examination, what did Tasha K say? You never told anyone, Tasha K, that Cardi B was never going to get money because you have your money in trust? No, I don't even have trust. And you never said to anyone that you were going to do a 50 cent on Cardi B? Well, probably being petty. I probably did. Probably did. I probably did. I did say I was going to have my money in trust. Is there any trust of any kind? No, any kind. No trust. Have you ever tried to start a trust? No. I mean, we talked about it. Oh my gosh.
Why would you say we talked about it? Just wait.
We talked about it. We talked about it, but we didn't do. We was advised, like, because we were in the middle of a lawsuit that we couldn't do it. When you say we, who is we? Me and my husband.
Yep, go ahead and throw this nigga in right up under the bus.
You're pulling him in. This is what Viva. This is why it's so hard to be a good black man. You can be brought down by the one closest to you. She ratting him out. This is the man that stood by you through thick and thin, sickness and in health. He gave you these kids and you were cheating on him.
You guys, in a marriage, I've been married almost 20 years, and this happened early on in my marriage. Unfortunately, in my marriage, right, when it was happening, I stepped outside of the marriage.
From the streets did she emerge, and to the street she will return.
She belongs to the streets.
Oh, it's so hard to be a man these days. Women, we want to give it all to you, but god damn, man, can you not send us to prison? Another part, they asked Tasha K, do you have a trust? No. Do you have a trust for your children? No. Do you know? Oh my God. Wait. Oh, this is not what I just read you. That wasn't Tasha K's examination. That was the husband's. Right, what I just read right now, let's go back. I'm gonna read it to you again. Do you know that your wife, Tasha K, has publicly talked about the trust that she created for your children? Well, we thought about it, but oh my God. But you never did it? We don't, goddamn, we don't have one, all right? We don't have one. I said what I said. We don't have a trust. Check. Who owns Transrena Management Trust? I don't know. You don't know who owns Transrena Management Trust? I don't know.
Does the word Transrena maybe give you a clue as to who might own it? Transrena is my wife's middle name. They tried to hide the money in a trust under named after his wife's middle name.
Does the word Transrena maybe give you a clue as to who might own it? Transrena. Well, Transrena is my wife's middle name. Oh my God. Oh my God. They named the trust after her middle name. What the is going on? Transrena is my wife's middle name. Do you recall that you testified that there were no trusts, that neither you nor your wife owned any trust? Well, yeah. So why are we seeing Transrena Management Trust here for the Tanto Limited Partnership as the general partner? I don't know why. Who were the limited partners of Transrena Management Trust? I don't know. So your prior testimony that neither you nor your wife had any interest in a trust, that was false testimony, wasn't it? I object to the form of the question. No. Are you a limited partner, Shek? Are you a limited partner of Transrena Management Company? I don't know. Well, are you a limited partner, Shek? Are you a limited partner in Tantal Limited Partnership?
Tantal Limited Partnership. Tantal. Okay? Tantal.
I don't know. Well, who would have the documents related to Tantal? That would have to be an attorney. Natalie Green, Hosea? Yeah. Oh, now we know where Natalie Green. Now it's fitting together. It's fitting. Natalie, okay. This is getting deep. Y'all remember Natalie was the one with the text messages were like, hey, did you serve Patricia? Y'all need to find Patricia. Natalie was not covering for Patricia. Natalie was like, y'all can get Patricia. I don't give a shit. Now we see how Natalie is tied into this because it's saying that Natalie would have documents for the Tantal partnership. Interesting. Question. I see down at the bottom of this, her name is Natalie Green on this document, correct? Yes. Is that the same person as Natalie Green Hosea? I believe so. Tantal Limited Partnership is still an active partnership, isn't it? I don't know.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my God. Shout out to Bino. Bino says their story is falling apart. Oh, my God. See, y'all know.
You see what that comment just said he just put up? Tantal is their daughter's name. One of the trusts is in her middle name, and the other one's in her daughter's name. And this is them attempting to hide the money.
Shit, I can't even pronounce this. Shout out to Susan. Says Tantal is their daughter's name. Oh my God.
Damn!
Oh my God. Is Tantal the daughter's name?
The dumbest shit ever. Good night, Kaz. Good night, Boston.
Shit. Oh, I thought it was some African type. I guess Damn. So they got Transrena Trust, Transrena Management Trust, and Transrena is Tasha's name. And then we got Tantal Limited Partnership, and Tantal is the daughter's name. God damn. It's all falling apart. NJ
falling, it fell.
Says, would that mean that Tantal Limited Partnership runs the kids' trust? How do we know it's the kids' trust? Because Susan just said it's the kid's name. Not I don't want to put kid in, you know what I'm saying.
Pause.
Respect to the kid. The kid doesn't know what's going on. During the investigation of this case, the attorney has uncovered the existence of multiple domestic and offshore trusts that were never disclosed, including at least one trust which appears to have $30,000 transferred into it. Specifically, Tasha K has failed to disclose the existence of and
so that white bitch is handling this case too. Like if Tasha K has that money, we're gonna find it.
Or testified truthfully to the following. The Sam Bakisi, that sounds African. Sambakisi Investment Trust. Oh, that's in the Cook Islands. Oh my God, Tasha, you got the money in the Cook Islands. The Sonikis LLC in the island of Nevis. The Bamaku. Let me put some respect on my elders. Hold up. Let me put some respect on the ancestors. I took my 23andMe DNA test. I'm 18% white, guys. I've been infiltrated. I'm 18% white. I don't know my heritage. I don't know my roots. I can't pronounce these words. Transrena Management Trust. That's also in Georgia. The Florida.
And it's in Georgia. Damn it, Tasha, you stupid as fuck.
The Joint Revocable Living Trust. She got all these trusts. She's got all of these trusts. She just said, I don't have any trust. Her husband, Kibi, her husband just said, we don't have any trusts. Everybody's saying they ain't got any trusts. These trusts are in all the kids' names. The Sonikis, the Sambakisi, the Bamaku. All of these things, it sounds like roots up in here. So many goddamn trusts. Damn. Tasha, what is going on? In addition, Tasha K failed to disclose her interest in undisclosed partnerships. Specifically, the attorney has discovered in the investigation of this case the existence of Tantal.
You don't have to answer that question. I'll answer the question.
She's done. You fucking idiot. Fucking winos, bro. Fucking winos. Shit was all good just a week ago. Nah, you shouldn't put your family in position to have to fucking tell on you. It is what it is. Unreal, bro. Lucci out. Tasha about to lose all her money. I think Thug getting ready to get out. And Fani, she need to go sit down. Not on a dick. Been doing too much of that anyway. Man, I saw some white dude bragging about winning $15,000 from the police. Bro, you know where the police fucked up? When it was just seeming like it was just when it was just all just the police brutality was framed against black people. They should have just really just been doing it on black people. They don't realize that white people really be believing black people about the shit like 100% now. Because police fuck with everybody now on a reg. Did y'all eat tacos today? I'm getting ready to go eat something now. I'm so tired. I gotta finish this video. I can't believe I didn't think I would last 3 hours tonight. I'm tired, but I ain't like falling asleep or no shit. That's because I just did not get enough sleep last night. And then was ripping and running today. Tantal. Well, and here's the thing, Mike. I think it was less about trust, and it was more about, they didn't get their story straight. First of all, none of that shit should have ever been put in that name. It's clear that he had already lied for her, and they lied for each other, but then it was like it was clear they didn't expect for them to ever find that shit. And I don't know how when it was in the most obvious names ever. They basically did password ABC123. Just stupid. But shit, what can you do? You know what I mean? I snacked on those noodles that they give you in Chinese restaurants now. They are wider and softer now. What? Okay. That's not a substitute in any way for a taco. Not even a little bit. Man, football got her grades today, and she got straight A's. Man, I was so proud of her. Mike, if you ever try to, thank you, Kendra. If you ever try to, put some money hiding in a trust, do not make the trust in your middle name, please. Don't do that. It's supposed to be like a heat wave this weekend. I think it's supposed to get to 60. I'm sorry for everybody still gonna be in the cold, but I had never been so happy to be in a 40-degree day today. It was a sight to behold. I had on too many layers. I had on like the layers like if I was going outside in zero. I had to take some shit off in the car. I was like, what do you think? I wasn't. Oprah released her claim today. So, I mean, I appreciate that. That shit was ridiculous last night. Y'all fucked my stream up, bro. Y'all fucked my whole stream up. You know, I ain't like that shit. But they took it down, took it off of it nevertheless, so there's always that. You know what I mean? Take the good with the bad. Come on, man. Let's go. I'll go WPS for a second. Matter of fact, tomorrow I want to watch this shit from Cat Williams. Talking to TMZ about the niggas taking his kids. Shit. What did I just do? Shit. I thought I fucked some shit up. All right, let's see what white people in the kitchen doing, bro.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Let's see what the fuck y'all got going on, man. Before I get the fuck out of here, let's see if y'all have an idea.
Sometimes Tyler comes over with food, asks me what we should do with it. We come up with 100 crazy ideas and then narrow it down to one. In this instance, he brought over this ginormous piece of bread. We decided to make a chicken Alfredo bread bowl. As I got the pasta cooking and the butter mixture mixed, I came back to a sad sight. I left Tyler to scoop out the bowl and... No! RIP to the bottom of the bread bowl. Luckily, Daryl was there to speak some reason.
It's okay. Just put this back and then you're good.
Tyler took the top of the bread bowl to make a fake bottom, then spread on a mixture of butter, garlic, salt, and parsley. That went into the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. I cooked a couple of chicken breasts that were seasoned with blackened seasoning. In the same pan, added heavy cream, a mixture of oregano, salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and then Parmesan cheese once it was reduced a bit, pasta, and a bit of pasta water. Combined it all so that it looked nice and pretty with some dried parsley and a sprinkle of blackened seasoning over the top. It could have been a bottomless bread bowl situation, but the day was saved.
Man.
Surf and turf fried rice. Maybe 40 pounds of fried rice. Chop the veggies, carrot, peel it. Onion. We want to use day-old rice tomorrow, so I made all this today. Secret recipe. Thaw the crab legs. That's how you do it, baby. So easy to crack. Beef tenderloin, cube it all up. Kuso's gravel, beef tallow, dump on the filet. Japanese barbecue sauce. Garlic, onions, carrots, broccoli. Cook down your veggies. Rice. Going in with eggs next. Mix everything together. Now we go in with the steak. Crab next. Green onions, sriracha, Japanese barbecue sauce, Kewpie mayo. Now mix it all up, baby. Sesame seeds. Nothing pairs better with fried rice than Camus.
Sometimes Tyler comes over with food.
Surfing. My bad. I ain't mean to fuck that up.
Nothing pairs better with fried rice than Camus. Cheers. That is unbelievable. Let's go, Bill. Surf and turf.
Yeah, Bill's lost. You made all this shit before the game and y'all niggas lost. Damn it. Damn it, Kuso. Nah, that was better. That was better. Shout out to Warner Brothers for also releasing the claim. I meant to say that as well. I don't want no smoke with y'all. Trying to figure out what I'm about to go eat now. I ate some French fries earlier, and them shits was on point. The motherfuckers was on point. If it is a nice weekend for everybody, make sure you at least go out on the porch, nigga. Go out on the porch for a moment. Either way, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna watch some TV. I would work a little more on these videos, but I don't think it's wise. I think I need to get my brain some fuel first. And 2 forms of fuel: food, sleep. Yeah, if y'all niggas got the cold shit, stay warm. You ain't got nothing to prove. Good night, Latasha. I'm out of here as well. Everybody say good night to your boy. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
That new True Detective, ain't it, with 2 chicks this time? I think I saw a commercial. I forgot about that show. CEO, Kendra, Janice, Tasha, number 5, everybody. God is great, bro. I love everybody to death. These are exciting times. Very, very, very exciting times. And I'm very excited. Football season's almost over, which means basketball season's kicking into gear. 2024 is starting off interesting. It's tax season. But then again, I'm probably lying. The lunchbox rule is in full effect. I love y'all to death. I'll see y'all here in a couple hours. Get y'all something to eat if you're hungry. If not, fuck you then, nigga. It'll just be me and Kuso then. God is great, man. Peace.
Surf and turf fried rice. Maybe 40 pounds of fried rice. Chop the veggies, carrot, peel it. Onion. We want to use day-old rice tomorrow, so I made all this today. Secret recipe. Thaw the crab legs. That's how you do it, baby. So easy to crack. Beef tenderloin, cube it all up. Kuso's gravel, beef tallow, dump on the filet. Japanese barbecue sauce. Garlic, onions, carrots, broccoli. Cook down your veggies. Rice. Going in with eggs next. Easy. Mix everything together. Now we go in with the steak. Crab next. Green onions, sriracha, Japanese barbecue sauce, UP mayo. Now mix it all up, baby. Sesame seeds. Nothing pairs better with fried rice than Camus. Cheers. That is unbelievable. Let's go, Bill.
Just into the 11 Alive newsroom, Atlanta rapper YFN Lucci was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
The rapper, whose real name is Rayshawn Bennett, pleaded guilty to 1 count of violation of the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. He is one of a dozen men indicted on racketeering and RICO charges back in 2021. The group's charges are related to alleged involvement with the Bloods Street Gang. According to court documents, prosecutors could write a letter to the parole board recommending release when eligible, but records show he has been in jail for nearly 3 years.
Okay, let's get a check.
Yo, what's going on, boys? How are you?
Yo, dab me up.
Hey, all right, damn. What part of the city are you from?
Yo,
What's up?
there, brother.
Hey,
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
You guys ready for this?
Take this.
Oh, all right, sick. Why don't you guys come inside? Don't ski. These are the guys.
I'm Octavius Gray. And I'm Steve. Steve LeVois. It's okay, I have vape in here, right?
Set the mood right. Pick you up, baby, I'm looking so fly. Sunset rooftop, yeah, that's nice, right? Hop in the G-Class, I know you need that. Heart racing fast like the speed of light. Is this attraction, or is it the moonlight? You want satisfaction, but only for one night. This could be real love, but you've been broken, and I just want you to see what I could be for you. 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 You got me wrapped up in your love.
Barely.
Finding you is like a treasure. Making my heart feel this way, yeah, yeah.
Good night, Samoy.
And I'll treat you so damn special. What you did, who you with, I don't care about those days. When I'm with you, I won't complain. Share your success and heartbreaks. Yeah, you know I stay by your side. Never leave you dissatisfied. But I need you to let me know. Is this attraction? Or is it
Just ask them how I did it. I got out the limo, grabbed the hand, went upstairs and fucked her.
But only for one night. This could be real love, but you've been broken, and I just want you to see.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
What I could be for you. What I could be for you. What I could be for you. Baby girl, it's just one night. Yeah, baby girl, it's just one night. Oh, yeah, it's just one night. Yeah, baby girl, it's just one night. Yeah, girl, it's just one night. Yeah, baby girl, it's just one night. Oh, yeah, it's just one night. Yeah, baby girl, it's just one night.
Now, she wanna go renegade? Go renegade, bitch.
Crushed it. God is great, bro. I love y'all so much. Get y'all some rest, man. Some more shorts tomorrow. I had to run today. Don't hate me.